Listen to those birds. Oh, she was all stretched out and so cute. What did you do? What is this shenanigans? You took your suit off? Oh, now you're stuck. Hang on. Oh, that was a loud call. Anyways, gave Bunny some dry leaves. Gave him a tiny little bit of poultry food on his food because he gets jealous. He says, I want some. She took off her suit, but it's okay because I got her little area all set up and she's still got a swelled foot. Yeah. It's not focusing, but anyways, the next thing I have to do is I'm going to set up this area and that area for washing Frankie. Okay, so in she goes. There we go. I'm trying to teach them that if they take their suit off, then they have to go back in their cage. Because they can easily take their suit off. Sometimes they just wear it for a long time, but that's because they're making the choice to wear it. So she's got all her stuff there. Yeah, you're a pretty girl. Gotta tend to Frankie now. Oh, and like, I don't think she's twice as big as Frankie, but she sure is big. Quail's, the hands are bigger. And boy does she eat. And she eats that grit beside the food there like it was candy. Because they need, you don't put it in with their food, you just let them take it as they need it, because each quail's a bit different, but they need all that stuff and water and everything to make their egg, and she's been giving me an egg every day. So after Frankie, I'll probably also just do her legs and feet in hot Epsom salt water. Now Frankie here is a dirty bird. So after he was beat up downstairs with the others, when I had him up here to fix his leg and then put him back down, and they poked his eyes and he couldn't see, after about 10 days, I don't know if it was 2 weeks after he was hurt, he was healing fast, but he had this great big hard thing on his face because they pulled out feathers and everything. So it was like a scab, but not a blood scab. So I had to ease it off, and it took time, and that was about 10 days after he was hurt, so I didn't really concentrate on every single part of him. And so he's like extremely dirty at the back. Okay, Frankie, let me see. See? His feathers are black, and you don't even want to see underneath. But anyways, he's a dirty bird. The only thing I don't have is a cream rinse. And Rick won't let him have a sand bath up in the house because I've done that before, and it makes a lot of dust. So I'm going to have to use the special shampoo for white fur on dogs and really concentrate on his back, but I don't want to work the lather down to his skin, just the feathers. Okay, I'm almost set up here. It's just extra case I need it. This is where I put Frankie to drip dry. So it's a 2-bucket system, which I learned YouTube how to on chickens. They did it outside actually, and they just kind of like put the chicken in one bucket and then another and washed them that way, and it worked out really well. And I've got this super white for a white fur, which should work. Bio groom. And I'm just, everybody's okay. Like, I tended to the pets, but now I'm just checking in on the quail downstairs. Oh, and this other station, which is basically I'll be walking over here with him in another towel, but I have that one just in case, and then he'll be blow dried. And then the other station, this is just another pet towel on a cushion, so I can put him on my lap, because I put him in the first towel to get most of the water off of him. It just drains, and then I quickly transfer him into another towel, and I just sit with him for a while, because you can't rub him. So kind of he's up to his neck, and then he's draining and keeping warm, but the towel will absorb more of the water. Then he goes to the last station, which is for the blow drying right there. So let's check downstairs. So normally there's one bird called Jerry that doesn't like me being tall, so I'm gonna like sit down. Oh, that's her right there. See? Jerry, for God's sakes. And then she just goes away. Smells pretty good in here. How are you? You're not scared. Jerry's from another place. She's a rescue. He's over there getting reassurance with the other rescue. The dark one is her man, Jackson. But anyways, the ones that we did the incubation, they're really good. And then Cutie, she's like just knows us for 4 years. So they're okay. They have water and they have food. I'm just gonna give them a little something or other here. I'm getting down to the end of my grit because they have to have it. So that little sound you just heard, if you heard it, was kind of like an egg song, I call it. They love grit. That sound is, oh, the one in the corner either just had an egg or is having an egg. Usually, oh, there's its egg. Probably just had it, I guess. Usually they stand there and they make that little noise right after they make an egg. Sometimes while they're having their egg. Good girl! You're such a good, sweet girl. Thank you so much. And then I'll give them some, just a special treat. They don't really need, they should probably get cut up something or other like greens. But I don't have any right now, so you might have to get a dried version. I could probably give them, I don't know. I get herbs. Jerry! What is the matter? You're going around in circles? Here. There you go. Don't be afraid. Oh, she's a funny girl. Here comes Jackson. You okay, boy? She's way over there. I'm not going near that giant. She's tall. It's okay, Jerry. It's okay. Good girl. Pretty girl. Nice girl. Lovely girl. It's time for all the kids to be picked up. Very exciting this time of day. So I might just as well do a little bit of aromatherapy in this room. And that's just distilled water on the rad and lavender. See if I can get only just a couple drops. Oh God, I don't know. Whoa, dang. Well, anyways, it's supposed to have an uplifting, calming effect on people. So hopefully he probably won't appreciate it. But anyways. Never mind. Okay, next is to get the water just right. And the whole idea of having all these stations set up and that is to get work it out so that he's not shaking. Now, he's not going to shake because he's scared. He's going to shake if he gets cold because he's pretty used to this. He's had this done before. Like, he's 4 years old. So he's had his, been in water for his feet long ago. And the very first day we got him, I couldn't believe it. He was a rescue from Niagara Falls. And we got them home, and they had these cement balls on their feet. Not just on the ends of their toes, but they were in around the whole entire foot with the toes sticking out and everything. Like they couldn't move their ankles, and it was like as hard as a rock. So here I am thinking, oh, first contact, I'll make it enjoyable and all this. And I'm like, oh my God, they can't even move their feet properly. If they get a toe ball and it's just there for a short time, you can get it off easily. These things, oh my God, I had to soak and keep them warm, and I did it in front of the fireplace actually to keep them really warm. But there were 4 of them, and they all had this stuff, and I'm thinking, oh, what a great introduction! Like, thanks. So like, here I am, this giant, putting them in water, which quail don't like. They like sand. Anyway, so I don't know if he's traumatized or just used to it. He's used to it, I think, because the other day I was shampooing the carpet, and I had him for a while loose, like with his suit on, in this area, because I had Miss Thing over here. And he was just like right there while I'm rolling the things by, and he didn't even get up. So he's pretty used to life in the homestead here. Okay, Frankie, I want you to cooperate. He's very clear on whether he likes something or not, but he's going to have this done. He just told me last night he shakes his head no. I said, okay, I'll show you that I understand what you're saying. And so I didn't put his suit on, and I let him see me put it on the other quail so that it's very clear. Like, she's out of the cage, she has her little suit on and can walk around. So that's up to you. You understand the drill. At first I just kind of, made them put them on carefully, slowly, encouragingly, and then, like, yeah, he can have choices. Okay, I have a few more things I'm gonna need. Usually I have to ease things off of Frankie's face, and I already saw that he has some stuff, so I might use castor oil here to ease it off, because I can't submerge his head or anything. And the temperature, whoops, this fell in there, Jesus. The temperature is kind of like by feel, like a baby's bottle, but it'll be warmer than the baby's bottle, because his body temperature is 120 degrees, and they like the heat. So anyways, with quail and birds, if you watch them at all, you'll see them drinking, you'll see them eating, and you see them wipe their mouth after, because they have wings, they can't clean their mouth, so they just give a cursory swipe both ways on their beak. Now with my other quail, they have a little more pride or time or something, and they're looking after themselves. But old Frankie, the girls in the past put him through the ringer, and he got into a bad habit of not wiping his face so good, and so he gets stuff like balls of food on his face. So I end up, whenever I give him a bath, I end up concentrating on his face, because he's got like stuff stuck on there, like on his, near his beak and around his eyes, and it's just like food, because he drinks, gets his face wet, eats, gets the food stuck on there, gives a little wipe, doesn't really get it all off, and then it dries. So this time though, I have to concentrate also on the back end of him, because his feathers are just near black. Well, let's go get him. Now you can see, if you look, what I'm talking about, that he has balls of food on his face. So I can't submerge his face, and he'll have to be, it'll have to be eased off. Now Frankie, it's bath time, okay? So he doesn't really struggle, but I'm gonna have to use 2 hands and get him, like, down there. He actually starts to fall asleep if I don't talk. That's why I have his head over the side, because he gets really relaxed. So the next part, I need both my hands, so I can't really show you. Okay, so Frankie's usually remarkably calm, and I'm just like scooping water over him, but with my fingers I can feel all the little food balls around, underneath his beak and around on his face. So he's being really good. Like, he's not struggling, he just puts his head up. Normally he won't let me at all touch his face, but he knows it's bath time. Look at the water. Jeez. So I'm gonna, I tried to get as much as I could off of his face. He's got hard little things, so I can't spend any more time on that. I'm gonna transfer him into the other one and start using the shampoo. Okay, so he had a stress poo, just holding him in there. Emptied that one out and put new fresh water in, so I'm transferring him again. Okay, so I eased off as much as I could. I can feel at the back there's all these little poop balls, but most of it's gone, so he is shaking. I don't think it's from the cold, I'm not sure. I let him hold his wing on the outside for a while to balance himself, but I had to keep him warm. Now he's going to be rinsed just by submersion, not his head, into the other bucket. You can see how much is coming off. And he's just relaxing way too much. Whoops. He got a lot. He relaxed his legs and then he went, whoa. Okay, and you can see, or I can see, even more particulate that went to the bottom there. So it's just timing. You don't have to rub. Like, I go in one direction with this and then, look at that. So anyways, he's just going to close his eyes there for a bit, and I'm going to take him over to the rocking chair just to let him dry, and then switch out the towel. When he comes back to himself, like after he opens his eyes, is around the time that he's ready to go to the next stage. I'll just let him rest now, because he's not struggling, but it takes something out of him. Okay, so off we go. He had so much stuff stuck on him. Oh my God, Frankie. And it might be that the color of his feathers, which is so bad, the only way is time, where he eventually gets new feathers. But they are better. So, it's harder to show you what I'm doing. But anyways, I'm just gonna let him rest now. Sitting on the chair with a towel on the cushion, and I'll just support him. So this is also a good time for observation. I can hear him slightly whistling, and it seems like there's this is not focusing, but hi, you waking up now? He's got, like, inside his mouth, that little dot is a piece of dried food. Now, I've had this before and I eased it out and everything's cool, but because he's a white bird and you can kind of see through where the blood vessels or the flesh inside his beak end, there's a little bit that I can clip off. And that food might be because his mouth is open, so if he had some in there and got tired, and it would dry. And I probably can't see this, but he's got 2 more dried little pieces of food there. So before I start using the blow dryer, I think I'm going to try to ease the one little piece out of his mouth and those 2 pieces off there that now that they're still a little damp. Okay, Frankie, see what we can do. I'm gonna guess that the one sinus where I tried to ease off that little something is like it's flesh. So no, I need to get these so that he could be having a slightly blocked sinus on one side. Okay, so I eased off one. He said no, but like it came off so easily. See if I get the other one that's under his left eye. So I pretty much can't get any more off. I can feel it. There's food stuck on his under his eye, and I think under his chin. But I'm sorry, Frankie. So we got most of it off. So the next part, because he's under some stress. I want to just slow down. That's enough. I can't get it all. And, I got some of it off at the expense of tiny, tiny little feathers. Where's... Right there. I don't know if you could see. A couple of really fine, long face feathers. It's actually a miracle. But anyways, so sorry about that, Frankie. He'll grow them back, but I can't do any more. And now on to the rest of him, which is to dry him off and put him back. Okay, this is what he looks like when he's just kind of drip dry. And he's starting to shake, so I gotta put the warm air on him, and he likes it. He says no in the beginning, then he likes it, and he starts to relax. Part of it is the top part, and he's really funny because what he does is he opens his wing up, and then he sticks his bum up in the air to get dried, and funny. He looks pretty clean. He's got a nice silky feather. I'm not gonna clip his beak or his toenails tonight, though. That one there, I think that little toenail, that it looks like it got pulled off. That's partly why I want to trim them, but not today. Okay, I think he's pretty much done. I noticed that Quail like to sit in the sun, but still, like with this, it has a cool button, and I put it on low, never high, and I have to keep my hand there because I can tell if it's just too hot, so I keep it pretty far away. Now he's either relaxed or exhausted, I don't even know. But I'll just let him sit there until he rouses. Then he feels dry. You know how it is. Probably a little damp, but I just don't want to stress him out by doing his beak and his nails today. So I'll do that tomorrow.